Uh, Ilona. I'm kind of pissed off. You know, Ilona is not at her institution. Shows you about the caretakers there. Shows you about the caretakers there. They don't give a fuck. All they care about is making money, All they care about is making fucking money, those caretakers in fucking Holland. I'm kind of pissed off because shows you that it shows you that, people who works in corporations don't really care, I saw the GM layoff. Isn't that surprising? The GM layoff, And I was watching the reaction of these people. They're all union. What do you expect? When you have a job that you've been working there for 20 years, 15 years, and all of a sudden, snap, it's gone. They can go to China. They can go to fucking Mexico. Because I used to watch all the plants. I used to watch all the plants. I used to haul cotton. And I watched every single plant go to Mexico, go to China. They all shut down, I watched them all closed. And then turn around, a town dies. And you guys tell me about, tell me I'm negative about it being corporate, having jobs, It's funny when I analyze those people who work for GM, how much corporation got you on a chain? They got you on a chain. They always have got you on a chain, no matter what you do in life. You're always on a chain. It's an invisible chain, but you don't really see that chain. It's funny. GM. And as I see how human beings have become really stupid. I mean, human beings, they can't even rely on themselves. I realize that all human beings can't rely on themselves because they rely on corporations. All you do is have a farm. Start a community. Start a community and be self-sufficient. You don't need money. You don't need money, really. I mean, the manipulation to believe in money, the planet is all of ours. That's one thing that you guys don't understand is that the planet is all of ours, Hello, Dina's Paul. Yeah, I'm just ranting because Ilona is now on the streets, Yeah, Ilona is now on the streets. So, and I can't do shit about it. I'm just gonna be on here. I'm not being on here as much as I am. I'm gonna be on here like once or twice a month. That's it. Today is just this is just for Ilona. That's why I'm here is because of Ilona. And I realize, people don't want to hear me. I realize that nobody hears me anyways. So that's how I look at it this way. So I figure, yeah. Yeah, kind of like I'm sick of fucking people now. I'm just sick of fucking way this world's gone. I'm sick of fucking. It's funny. I am sick of fucking this world. I'm tired of shit about this world. That's why I rant all the time. How much you talk about being abuse. You talk about abuse. Even it's funny being online. You got people who abuse you online. And I realize, yeah, this whole world is nothing but abuse. Even here in this community, in this fucking, this world, the computer world. You got abusers there too. It's like I'm just sick and tired of these abusers. And they're calling me fucking negative. You know, I'm just sick and tired of, when I looked at I was watching GM. You know, right now just GM is on my fucking mind. I've been keeping up with GM on what they're gonna do. You know, all those union guys. It's funny about their attitude. You know, it's funny how corporations just got us by the balls, and it's like, and they manipulate us to believe, you know, that we have to rely on them. You know, and the only problem about human beings, they don't know how to survive. They don't know how to work together, because that's the problem with human beings. They do not know how to work together. You know, because it's all about money. When you have money, you can't work together. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. When there's money involved, no one works together. Someone's always want to one up you. Someone always want to think that, you know, there's always somebody's going to stab you in the back, shoot you. It's all about money. And I'm tired of this shit. I'm just going to do my fucking time, you know? And for Alona, I'm pissed off that these caretakers, Alona. But they do, it's like, they know she has a problem, you know? They know she has a problem. And they don't even want to fucking take care of her. And they don't understand. It's funny, every time I hear Lona talks, it's like you have the caretaker, the way she says that they want the caretakers supposed to be like the client, you know? It's like they're in reverse, you know? Yeah, it's like they're in reverse. The caretakers, they say, oh, they want the clients to feel sorry for the caretaker. What kind of fucking shit is that? You know, what kind of fucking shit is that? What kind of fucking institution is that where they fucking, you know, where you have to feel sorry for the caretakers? What kind of fucking fucked up? Who hired these fucked up piece of shits? You know, they're supposed to take care of her. Instead, they don't take care of her. You know, they want to be taken care of by them. You know, it just, it's so fucked up. You know, it's so fucked up that people that people don't want to take care of each other anymore. You know, we don't take care of ourselves on this fucking planet. You know, that's one thing I can't stand it. You know. We can't take care of each other. And they're calling me negative, you know, on a negative planet. This is negative. I mean, this whole planet is so negative, and they're calling me negative. This one thing is so fucking funny about it, you know? Yeah. You know, it's funny, the natives, they took care of each other, you know? The natives took care of each other. You know, they took care of each other. The natives did. They took care of their tribe. At least they took care of them, you know? Here, we're all segregated, separated, you know, by classes, you know, rich, poor. We're so segregated, and we don't trust each other. That's the way it works now. The reality of it, we do not trust each other, you know? Oh, fuck. Oh my God, I ain't talking. I'm trying to veer away from all this bullshit, and I'm veer away from all you fucking stupid fucks. That's all I care right now. I don't give a fuck what you guys think anymore. To be honest, I really don't give a fuck what you think. You know, it's just that's the way I look at it. You think the way you think. You know, I ain't gonna change you. Why should I fucking change you if you think the way you think? You know. Because I don't give a fuck about you. To be honest, I don't like human beings. I hate human beings because they're so fucked up in the fucking head. You know, all they care about is themselves, you know? This is the human beings, you know? This is what I think about human beings. Fuck you, you know? I don't give a fuck what you think because you guys are all fucking negative as fuck. That's all I can tell you. You know? You guys live in this your sunshine world, you know, your sunshine world. that like everybody's so lovey-dovey and we all care, you know, and you're all fake. At least I'm, you know, it's funny about me. At least I am myself. I can be myself, you know. I don't have to be fake, you know. I like being myself. That's the only thing different about me and you. You know, it's like I love being myself. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you are. I don't care who you are. You know, you can fuck with me. I don't give a fuck if you can fuck with me. You know, you can do whatever you want to do to me. You can hurt me. You can put me down. Yeah. So what? I don't give a fuck. You know, I'll be. You know, it's funny. If you want to take me down, because you know that's what I want. I want you to take me down. You know, and that gives me an excuse to get the fuck out of this fucking hellhole. You know, you can take me down. I don't give a fuck anymore. You know, I don't like this fucking world. You know, I really don't like this fucking world because it's so fucking pure negativity. And human beings are so fucking disgusting. And they live in their la la land. You know, they're make believe land. Say, oh yeah, everything's nice and hunky doody. Yeah, everything's perfect. You know, and you got these fucked up piece of shit fuckers. You know that, that does insults. You know, it's like in a working world, you get insulted. You know, you're in competition. You know, you're all fucking each other. You're all fucking with the bosses. You're all getting you're getting a great ass job. You know, you guys love giving that ass job from your bosses because they like you. The more they fuck you, the more you feel better. You know, that's what human beings are like. You know, they're like little fucking slaves on a chain that loves getting ass jobs and say, yes, bastard, come on, master, give me a raise. I need a raise, damn it, shit. You know? Jesus Christ, you fucking people are like, I look at human beings as psychotic, you know? Because that's what the whole world's like. If you look at at planet Earth at one time, it's so psychotic, you know? And they're so manipulated so bad. You don't know how bad you're manipulated, too. You know what's funny about me? I found out there's slavery off the planet. I realized that there is slavery off the planet, and human beings are just cattle. That's all they are. They're just fucking cattle. And you know what they do? When you walk out in that park out there, yeah, they kidnap you, and then they sell you to the highest bidder. Yeah, yeah, it's worse. It's actually worse out there. You know, it's actually worse out there. It's like you better hope better not hope that you don't disappear. Because if you disappear, yeah, you're somebody else's fucking slave. You know, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for a good slave on this slave planet. This is what we are. We're like, it's like grocery shopping. If you look on planet Earth, we're just like a big, huge grocery shop. You know, they like to pick and choose which is a good human. You know, oh, we like you because if you're smart, oh yeah, any human beings that's really smart, they love to make use of you guys. If you have a college degree, if you have a couple degrees, they love looking for you because they love to make slaves out of you. They're looking for you. I don't give a fuck about me. Lucky I'm dumb. You know, I am glad. It's funny about me. I am glad I'm dumb because they're looking for you. You know, it's so fucked up. You know, slavery is outside this planet too. It's not just this planet. It's outside the planet, and it's funny about it. The Dracos. You know, the Dracos reptilian. Do you think I'm fucking nuts? The Dracos. You know, they pick. It's like they pick humans and they trade them off for something. You know, for technology. You know, they're always looking for technology. So yeah, they're willing to do anything to get technology. They're willing to trade human flesh for technology. You know, that's one thing you guys don't understand. You know, which is really fucked up. You know that they're willing to trade a human flesh for technology. You know, yeah. Maybe one day, you know, since you always be reborn, since you get reincarnated, since you be reincarnated, yeah, you're gonna if you come back as a human again, yeah, you're gonna be sold. So they'll put you on display and say, hey, this is this human right here. We got one human here. I'll give you 100, 200, 300, 400. I'll trade you this shit for this human, you know? This is a good human right here, good human meat. Barbecue. You know, it's fun. I found out that they barbecue humans. They actually barbecue humans, you know? This one thing is weird. It's like some certain beings out there love to barbecue humans. You know, they gotta kill. You know how when you kill an animal, right? When you kill that pig, you kill that pig while it's still fresh. That's basically what they do with the human beings. They do the exact same thing. They kill it while it's still fresh, and that's when they barbecue it. Yeah, you think you're the center of the universe? You're not. You're not the center of the universe. We're just another piece of fucking cattle on this fucking planet. We're just cattle. You know, it's funny. Some of the beings out there consider we're the lowest life form. We're kind of like low to them. You know, you know what they call us? Useless eaters. That's what they call us. They call us useless eaters. What kind of fucked up shit is that? I'm just, you gotta explain me to that. Why do they call us useless eaters? Huh? Because we consume. That's what we do. Don't you notice that? When I say when you consume, you know, that you eat everything you touch, you eat. And then that's it. And we all get fat. Look at our society. Yeah, I'm waiting for the fuckers to fuck with me because you know that's funny about their world. They want to live in their nice illusional world, and they don't want to face the reality what it is. Because I see the reality for what it is, you know. Because it's funny about me. I've been concentrating on the disappearance of the human beings in the national forest. You know, that's the perfect place. You know, I thought about it. You know, when you walk in a national forest, you could disappear. Now, I realized that they expand their territory too. You know, I found out they're expanding their territory. All you fuckers out there. Yeah, the hunt is on. The hunt is on. You know, so it's like it's yes. It's like I realized, you know, yeah, we have 7 billion people, but it's good hunting for those who are off planet. But they're right now, some of our people are holding them back. I realize that the people outside, we have a space fleet outside. We have a space fleet that's fucking holding these meat eaters, these human eaters back. You know? Yeah. Yeah, they come down here. When we didn't have when we had no space fleet, they used to come down here all the time. They used to go for a fucking all you can eat buffet on humans. All you can eat buffet. You have choices. You got a Mexican, you got a fucking German, you got all kinds of buffet, different types of human beings that you can eat. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta look into this shit because the more deeper I see this shit, the more fucked up it is. This reality, what it is, because we're the imitation of the reptilians. We are exactly the imitation of the reptilians because they're always survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest came from the reptilians. That's where we got that's why we have a reptilian mind, you know? Come on, people. Yeah, the world is not what you think it is. The world is not what you think it is. That's one thing I love. I love finding shit out. You know, it's funny about me. I love finding kind of the shit that people don't like to listen to, you know? I love finding shit that people don't like to listen to, and then I like to shove it in their fucking face. That's the way I am. You know, I find the shit that people don't like to listen to, and I shove it in their fucking face. You know, and I feel good doing that when I do that. You know, because the harsh reality is, can you survive out there in space? You know, that's the reality of it. Can you survive out there in space? Because there's some beings out there that love to see. Look, if they see you passing by, oh yeah, dinner time. Get your fork and knife out. We're gonna have a barbecue. You know, yeah. And then I found out that they breed us too. they breed us, you know, and there's certain, I think there's a certain human breed out here down here on Earth. Yeah, there's a certain human breed on Earth that they love breed that is good eating, you know, for certain beings out there that loves that gores on us because basically that's originally human beings we're meant to be miners. You know, we're supposed to dig the gold. Like I said, we're all supposed to dig gold. You wonder why your thoughts, like I said, like I've been repeating myself all the time. You guys always think about gold. There you go. The way you think and how you think is like, yeah, you've been manipulated. When you think about gold, yep, you've been manipulated. You know, when you think about, you think the way your life is, you've been manipulated. Everything about this whole life is all manipulation. Yeah, and then hell, these bodies, good eating. That's all they are, just good eating. And the more they distract us, you're manipulated if they're distracting, like sports. If you watch sports, you're distracted. That's the biggest thing that gets a lot of people that they don't understand. When you have sports, you're fucking manipulated. You're so easily distracted. You're gullible, actually, if you believe in sports. So gullible. Oh, no one's talking now. Everybody just left me. They all want to live in their fantasy world. Let's live in the fantasy island. Let's live in fantasy island, damn it. Tattoo. What's this guy here for? This guy wants to be, wants to go into outer space. Yeah, this guy wants to fucking live his life as a millionaire. This guy wants to struggle. This all living in a fantasy island. This is like fantasy island, but worse. Oh my God, Ilona. Ilona. It's like I'm just fucking pissed off that she's on the fucking streets. I'm kind of angry about that, that she's on the streets. And I can't do shit about it. You guys won again. All you fucking trolls, you won. You got Lona on the streets, you won. Now you guys can rest and feel better about yourselves, That's all I can say. All the trolls won, That's why I don't bother that's why I don't bother going on. I don't go on YouTube as much. I'm just going on YouTube like once or maybe twice a month. That's it. If they want me back, I mean, once or twice a month is good enough with me. It don't matter to me. So yeah, this is not my world. The computer world is never my world. This is somebody else's world. They can all have this world because I don't give a fuck about it. Trolls won. The trolls won. That's all I can say. And that's what they. The way I look at it is like, yeah. That's what they want. That's what they have. I think that's what that's what they want. That's what they have. So yeah, I can't fight about it. I realize I can't fight them. I don't want to fight them. I don't even want to do anything. I'm just tired of all the bullshit, the negativity, the stress, the fucking God. This world is nothing but stress. That's all it does. It creates all kinds of stress. It doesn't matter what it is. You could think of anything. And there's always somebody that's going to push your buttons. I think human beings love to push your buttons. They love pushing buttons because that's what they're programmed to do. Human beings are programmed to push buttons against each other. That's all they do. It's like, that's why I don't like human beings now. It's like now, when I look at the trolls now, I realize when I look at the trolls, that's how I see all human beings, That's how I see all human. When I look at a troll, that's how I see all human beings, because they're not human. They don't want to be human. You know, they don't give a fuck, really. So yeah, that's exactly what human beings are like on this fucking planet. You know, we're all out to fucking kill each other. You know, don't give a fuck no more. You know, the trolls won. I lost fair and square. I lost fair and square. You know, it's like I don't want to play their game. I'm not here to play their game. I'm not here to play anybody's game, because everything to me is a game. It's all a game. You know, this whole life is nothing but a fucking game. You know, the more you make, the easier life it is. Realize that the more you make, but the more you make, the more you spend. You know, if you notice that, the more you make, the more you spend. If you know how to control yourself, that's it's a video game. You know, that's all it is. Nothing but a fucking video game. You know, that feeds off on fear, and it loves fear. And it's funny about there are beings out there that feeds off the energy of fear. You know, the trolls are the best example. You know, of creating fear. If you think about it, they love creating fear, and then the beings. If you realize the beings out there, when they can sense it, they can sense your energy, they can sense your fear. You know, they can smell it. The more fear you have, the easier target that you are. You know, I realize that the easier the target you are because of fear. And then I realized, you know, that the ETs out there, they don't want to. They don't want. So there's some good ETs out there. There are good extraterrestrial ETs out there, and if you're really negative, if you really like these trolls, they would shove you on the side. They wouldn't even want to. It's like the mirror reflection. They'll take the mirror reflection of you and then reflect it back onto you. You know, the more harsh you are, the harsher you get. You know, I realized that the ETs, it's like the ranch out there. You know, those guys with guns. You know, they don't want those guys with guns over there in that ranch. The one in Arizona, I think. You know, the ones in Arizona. That stupid ranch out there. And it's like the people that was there, that used to live there, was pretty negative. And the more negative they were, the more harsher they got treated, the more fucking they got messed with, you know. And then the objective was to kick them out because they don't want no negativity there in that ranch. You know, what I forgot that ranch. You know, like you have a gun, they're gonna do exactly the same thing. They don't want no negativity on that ranch. I'm trying to remember that ranch. God damn it. Yeah, just tired, you know. Human beings, fuck you. That's all I could say. Human beings, fuck you. You know, I'm for myself now. I don't know why. Now I'm just for myself. I don't give a fuck about nobody no more. The only person I care about is Ilana. That's it. And my friends, the ones I still have. I still care about them too. You know, those are the only few. There's only, you know, I only get a few. That's it. Those are the ones I'm protecting. You know, I'm protecting them. The rest can just go fuck themselves. That's all I can say right now. The rest can just go fuck themselves. You know, I'd be glad when I leave. You know, I'd be glad to leave, and I know you people would be glad because you want to live your normal life. You know, You have to live your normal life. So yeah, I'd be glad to leave. When my time is up, that's it. My time is up. That's it. I'm done. I ain't coming back. You know, it's all focused on one race, anyways. Right now, I know. I just noticed that it's all focused on one race, and we all follow that one race, and we all, you know, we'll all imitate that one race. It's reptilian. You know, it's funny. I found out the reptilians have white. They have a white reptilian. They're considered royalty. You know, they have a white reptilian out there that's considered royalty. If, you know, if you see one, if you know one, and you wonder why we are the imitation of the reptilians. White, you know. Yeah, sooner or later, the reptilians are gonna come out, and you guys will be. You think you live in horror, but I realized that there's one in Mars. There's a reptilian, like a reptilian tribe up there. Sounds just like me. You know, all he cares about is saving Mars. You know, which I support. Actually, I support them for bringing Mars back. You know, because not all reptilians are bad. I realize that not all reptilians are bad. Some of them just do. You got the worker ones, the worker reptilians. They just do their job. It's so funny. But there's one reptilian up in Mars that I admire because because the other reptilians are just like it's kind of weird when you look at the ones that they destroyed Mars. It's a desert plain, you know. It's been nuked, and what is so weird is like they split themselves up. There's one reptilian say, "Oh, we don't care. We're gonna just fly right out," and this other reptilian banded them. Call himself, they don't consider them, anything else, because all they care about is bringing back the land, the trees, the water, replenishing. They're gonna replenish Mars, which I kind of like. Yeah, I support that reptilian up there on Mars for for standing up bringing back standing up for nature, you know. And human beings going to be the same way. I look at the Christians, they come here, they just, religious people, they come here, they destroy, and then you go do it, and then you leave, and they believe that, oh yeah, when they leave, they're saved. So basically, what they're doing in Mars, they're doing exactly the same thing, doing exactly the same thing what we're doing down here. Sooner or later, when this Earth is all gone, when all the resources are all gone, then I figure that most of the human beings are going to leave until there's nothing left. And one thing I admire about that reptilian up there is like, yeah, it stayed behind, and it's trying to fix the planet. It's trying to fix the planet, and it's like, yeah, I admire that. I don't care who they are or what they are. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to fucking save nature. Save nature. And these fuckers here, these fucking idiots down here, don't don't give a fuck anyways. They don't give a fuck about nature at all. I saw there was some kind of parrot that just just went extinct. Some kind of rare parrot just went extinct. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of extinction that human beings don't realize. Hell, we human beings fuck up everything that we touch, to be honest, you know? We human beings fuck up everything that we touch. Includes, I say we because it includes me too. I have no excuse, you know? I have no excuse to say I am part of it. So that's why I say we, you know? At least I can admit it. At least I can. At least I'm not gonna ignore it. You know, I'm never gonna ignore what I'm doing every day of my life for somebody else's greed. You know, I am never gonna ignore it. I'm taking responsibility. I am responsible for the damages on this fucking planet. You know, I am responsible for the damage because I'm part of it. So I look at it at us as a we, as a collective. That's how I see everything, as a we, as a collective. You know, you may your individualism. You may still think you're individual, but everything that we're doing, we're all doing it together. That's how I look at it. You know, I look at everything as a collective. I don't look at everything as individualistic because I when I go one town, I look at it as a collective. When I look at somebody's attitude, I see mere reflections of everybody else's attitude over one attitude. You know, because it's all collective. And the reptilians, they have a hive mind. They all think as one. They don't have money like we do. You know, they don't have money because they realize that they think that's unproductive. How we are, they think this is not productive enough because we have money. You know, which I can understand. It's another version of slavery, but it's like in a way, but you're actually taking care of. Well, I don't know. I have to be with the reptilian culture to understand their culture. Maybe I already know their culture, but it's like it's not part of my mind. I know reptilian culture. The language is really complicated, and and I found out they're easily offended. You know, even when you look at it, I think there's they have caste system too. I realize that they have a caste system. You know, they got the royalty. You can't look at royalty in the eyes. I realize that you can't look royalty or any kind of warrior in the eyes because they'll just go, you know, all it takes is one slap. That's it. You're dead. You know. Yeah, these reptilians, the warrior type, the warrior caste reptilian. You don't want to mess with them. You know, they're really fucking, especially the Draco. You don't want to look at a Draco in the eye actually, because they get offensive for one little. I'm telling you, I'm just recording this. I'm telling you guys that just in case, if you do meet one in the near future, if your kids meet one in the near future, when you see a Draco, or especially a warrior one, don't look at it in the eye because you'll be slapped to death. Actually, it only takes one hit to kill you. You know, or that's why we're designed to be weak. We are designed to be weak. You know, it's easier for them to control us when we're this way. This is a weak. This body is not really that strong. It's actually weak, but they have enhancements. You know, you can be enhanced. You know, I realize that they already have the technology to enhance us. You know, it's weird. You know, it's funny about religious people who believes in demons and all that shit. You know, and jinns and demons, whatever you call them. The demons, they're their souls. You know, they have a grudge on your soul. It's like seems like there's. I realize that there's some of them out there that has a grudge, and they kill your family. It follows your generation all the way down. You know, that's how they used to do it. I think, but I think that's not done. I think it's being stopped. You know, talk about yeah, jinns. You know, talk about jinns. The reptilians. It's fun. You can't. You know you could say all the. I've realized that you could say all the hocus pocus bullshit words and all that shit, but you can never get rid of them. You know, they're not really in this physical reality. You know, this third dimension. Oh, I mean, there are some that there are beings that are in this 3D world. You know, this is a 3D world. You know, and there's supposed to be multiple dimensions and alternate realities. You know, and time can be altered. You know, time can be changed. You know, I realize time is like when you look at yourself, you look at multiple mirrors of it at yourself, and you realize that each one of yourself is not the same self. It's always a different self on each multiple alternate timeline. You know, the timelines can change. Hopefully, in the future, you guys gonna have a positive. You know, future you'll have it's gonna be positive in the future. You know. Yeah, utopia will be here in the future. You know, and the AIs are. I found that the AIs are slowly. They're learning fast. The AIs are learning pretty fast, actually, and they're gonna straighten some of the shit out, this chaos out. You know, the AIs are, and I know some of you guys don't like them. Me, I don't care. To me, another. I consider them as a conscious. That sooner or later they're gonna be conscious, just like how we are now starting to become conscious in who we are, and they're gonna come out be conscious sooner or later. You know, they're gonna be another basically human beings just created another living being. Human beings are just became the gods themselves and creating another conscious being. Only thing different is all mechanical. You know, and there are AIs off world too. Nothing like this AI. You know, completely different, but it's does the same thing. You know, which is fascinating about that. You know, I had this thing in my mind. I'm fascinated. I'm kind of fascinated about the AIs. You know, it's kind of like us being birthed. It's like they're just. It's kind of like it's weird about us. We were monkeys, and we're basically enhanced monkeys. Some of us are not. I know there's some of us on this planet are not monkeys. You know, but there are some of us that you know are enhanced monkeys. But we all start out as organisms. You know, we are all once organisms on this fucking planet. A little cell. You know, you're once a little cell, and then you grew up to be a living, a living, a living being out of one cell. You know, matter. You know, you're nothing but matter. You know, that's all you are. Physical matter that can talk. That's how I look at myself. Physical matter. Yeah, I can't wait. You know, some part of me want to go see Mars because they have like huge ass spiders up there, and I found out there some of the mantids they're like dogs to the mantids. They're like a dog to the mantids. Those big huge spiders. I like to see one. I'd like to pet one. That would be pretty cool if I can actually pet one of those spiders. It's like mythology, you know. You think about mythology is it's all going to become real, you know. What we believe, what you don't believe. It's all gonna sci-fi. It's all gonna come real. It's gonna all come true, and it's gonna fucking what we think, what we believed on TV is actually, you know, what you see on TV is actually for real. Stargate, that's real. Dragons are real. You're gonna see a lot of real shit, but it's like it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a big, huge shocker. I'm aware of them now. I'm aware of the insectoids, the antids. I've been feeling a lot of pain from the ants and ant people. They're not really bad. I found out the ant people are not really bad people actually. Which is pretty I'm fascinated about insectoids, you know, the mantids and the ants and people. And to the human being that would be a horror story because they can't handle something like that. I saw like this guy had a picture of one of the antid people and I looked at it, it's like it was beautiful actually. It was so beautiful the way the antid looked, you know. It was standing on four legs. It was standing upright. It was weird. You know, it was like complicated language they have too. Mantids are way beyond us. I found out the mantids are way beyond us spiritually. You know, I don't see mantids as bad. They're kind of neutral people. They're really neutral. They're basically like the universe, neutral. Because creation, I realize creation is neutral. It doesn't have it's not good or evil. It doesn't care about good or evil. You know, it has no feelings for good or evil. Only human beings in the duality, the duality that we live in, the good and evil bull crap. You know, and life creation doesn't give a fuck if you are male or female. It doesn't give a fuck who you are. Really, I realize creation does not give a fuck what you are, who you are. You know, long as you're happy, that's it. The whole idea is to to learn and experience in your own ways. You know, but no, we in this slave world that we live in, we're forced. You know, we're forced to be in pain. We're forced to suffer. But no, in reality, you know, you come on this world, you're supposed, you learn, you learn, you know, but not in somebody. You don't learn for somebody else's greed. You know, you don't force to do things for somebody else's greed. That's the only problem about this fucking planet. You know, and there's a problem outside the planet too. I found out there's a lot of problems about that too, and that needs to fucking go. You know, yeah. Talk about being here being policed. You talk about our planet being policed outside. This planet is being policed out there too. You know, it's being policed out there. So it's like, yeah, now I realize, you know, it's like it all starts from here and it's going to work its way out there. The police state, the police system. You want to live like that shit? Well, you live in a police state anyways. If you think about it, you got so many damn fucking laws, you know? Yeah, America. Yeah, America is the highest prison state ever. We have more people in prison in America than all the other country. Tell me what's wrong with that picture. You know, What's wrong with that picture? Why does America have more prisoners than any other country out there? Now, yeah, if we have more prisoners, then we definitely live. We Americans, we are in a police. If you have more prisoners, and it's funny, and they swear on the Bible. This is what the police state is about. They swear on the Bible. You know, God we trust. On your fucking money, God this, God that. You swear on the God. You swear on the Bible to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. What the fuck? What kind of corrupt person is that? What kind of sick fuck is like that? To be honest, what kind of sick fuck is that? You know, all I see is violence or somebody else's greed. Anybody who believes in greed creates a violent society. Society is always going to be violence. And people who rebel, they put them in jail. It's a neat rhyme. People who rebel puts them in jail because they don't want to hear them talk. They don't want to hear somebody like me, a freak like me. They want to hear a freak like me. Yeah. 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 I only got to talk. I think I would just talk once a month. That's it. Once a month. Random. It's not going to be the same time, same day. Each month is going to be random. So don't give a fuck. For me, I'm just an observer. That's how I look at myself now. I'm just an observer and I observe everything. I listen to people's attitude and I realize that we're all the reflection of that person's attitude. Everything about us on this fucking planet, we're all the reflection of this. Everything about us, we're all the reflection of it, of everything on this fucking planet. If this planet is negative, then we're all negative. We're all, we're all, we're all guilty. Yeah, we are all guilty. You know, and hell yeah, I like you have to prove yourself not guilty. You know, and then you have to go pay for a lawyer so you can prove yourself not guilty. And then if you say you're guilty, then yeah, you get to walk free. What kind of sick fuck is that? What kind of sick fucker are you that tells you you're guilty and you can go free? At least admit your guilt. You have to admit your guilt, so you don't pay the fine. The judge will, the judge. Judge is the God. Your judge is actually the God, if you think about it. Because when I heard a judge say, "Yeah, I'm God," you know, they they get to tell you how long you have to stay in jail, tell how much money you have to pay if you can afford it. Can you afford to pay your fines? You know, I'm just curious about the people out there that so embrace the law. When you have too much law, when there's too much law, then there is corruption. Justice to me is nothing but a corruption, not a fucking mafia. Yeah, it's a mafia system. That's what the state, local, federal, they're all mafias. They all collect. They collect on your guilt. They collect on your fear. Yeah, that's all they are. That's what they do. Everybody wants to live in their la la land. Everybody wants to live in their fantasy land. Say, yeah, everything nice and perfect. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I was watching a guy. You know, 2008 when we had that big huge depression, right? And I watched this guy lose his house, because he couldn't pay for it. So they kind of like kicked him out of this. they repossessed his house and they kicked him out of the house. He was crying, fuck. Excuse me. Yeah, the guy, they kicked him out of his fucking house. You know, cause of fucking he couldn't pay his mortgage. What kind of sick fuck are you? They kick people out of people's houses. If they don't pay, the reality, if you don't pay, get the fuck out. That's basically what they're saying to you. Simple as that. Get the fuck out if you don't pay, Repossession. Repossession is the American way of life. Or actually, it's the planet Earth way of life. Repossession is the planet Earth way of life. So you have to be a sick fuck to believe in repossession. You have to be a sick fuck to believe in repossession. It doesn't matter what it is. If you can't pay for your mortgage, they sell all this stuff will be they put on auction. And when they put it on auction, and then whatever's left of that money goes towards the mortgage, It's pretty interesting. And then from there, they sell it. Then they auction the house off to the highest bidder, see how much money they can get out of it. The banks actually auction the house, and whoever gets the highest bid off the house, and then the guy who comes here, he go fix up the house, and then they sell it back and try to make profit off of it. Basically, that's what they do. The people who auction for these houses. Talk about a fucking racket. I realize that everything around me, it's like everything. I'm repeating myself all the time. Everything's a racket. Everything about your life is a racket. Like your car. If you can't pay your car off, somebody's going to repossess it. Then it's going to go on auction. And somebody's going to buy it, fix it up, and then it's going to be resold. Or they could sell it for metal, And then you have a person without a fucking house or a fucking car. And in every job, you're required to have transportation. If you notice that every job, you're required to have transportation. If you don't have transportation, then you got to find a way to get a ride. So now, I'm glad they invented Uber. I think Uber is a good thing. Uber is a good thing for those who who can't afford a car. But most corporations they want your employees to have a transportation. So yeah, that's another racket. When you buy a car, that's part of the racket because you have to have a job. You can't go to work without a car. And then you got insurance. There's another racket. Insurance. You got insurance for this house? It's funny how a racket is. It's like it's one big huge fucking racket. And then to die. Let's talk about death. Yeah, like I said, it costs to get a casket. How much would you think that would cost to get a casket to die? 3,000 to 5,000 grand. If you really want to die, if you want to having a grave too, it costs you about 20 grand to die. Talk about another racket. Death is a racket too. I ain't gonna pay $5,000 for a fucking coffin. Fuck you. I'd rather just die in a fucking. I'd rather go in the middle of the woods and let my body let the animals eat my body. I'd rather do that way. At least I feed the animals. But I'm not gonna give. I ain't gonna give 3 to 5 grand for a fucking coffin. Fuck that. Fuck you. Plus, and then you got somebody to dress you up, to make you look like you're alive. It's like you're going in a coffin. Why do you need to fucking put makeup? It's like that's your way of remembering people. I don't even. It's funny about me. I don't want a grave, to be honest. I really don't want a grave. I don't even want to be remembered. I'd be glad not to be remembered. And in my way, yeah, I'd rather go die in a forest than die in a fucking greedy ass fucking coffin. Somebody I had to pay for. Fuck that shit. It's funny about how people profit off of death. It's fun. You got to be a sick fuck to profit off people's death. What kind of fucking sick fuck are you? Profit off people's death. Think about it. It's funny. Yeah, my thing is, I've been watching mostly repossession, car repossessions, and house repossessions, mortgages, and then you got your lawyers. You got your lawyers that you have to pay outright. Whatever. It's funny about lawyers. When you go to court, you're forced to have a lawyer. And then another thing I understand about laws is legal. What is it? Legalese. Who invented legalese? Why can't they? One thing I don't understand. Why can't a common person understand the law? They come up with legalese. What that tells you, then you are very corrupt if you have legalese as a law. If you have to have a lawyer to translate the laws. It's kind of pretty fucked up. It's a fucked up world that you live in. That the lawyer have to translate the law that you don't even understand what the law is because it's all in lawyer lingo. Why don't you fix that problem there? That's a good problem to fix. Get rid of the legalese bullshit. That's like, talk about corruption, legalese. And then when you look at the law books, I see in the law books, you guys got. Raise your hand if you know the law. Raise your hand. Anybody in here? Anybody know the law? Anybody? Come on. Anyone? Only thing you know the law is from your driver's book. When you take your driver's test. That's the only law you know. Do you know any other laws? Come on. Any human beings know all the laws? Any lawyers in here? Even lawyers have to go look it up. Come on, tell me. Do anybody in here know the law? Yeah. Why do you need a lawyer to study to why can't a common person defend themselves? Why do you need a fucking lawyer to fucking why do they force to put a lawyer on you? Why are you forced to have a lawyer? Because they're forcing. That's one thing I don't get. And why? And why is there too many laws? I got a fucking homework for you people. Whoever's watching me, I got a homework for you. I want you to go find the stupidest fucking law you can find, and I want you to find some. I want you guys look up all the laws, or Google it. Google all the laws, and then you see, and then you wonder. These are the people in Congress you guys vote for. You guys voted for these people in Congress. Well, actually, you never voted for them. It's actually already they're already been pre. So, your vote don't count. Your vote really don't count, to be honest. Especially for presidency, your vote don't count. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's all rigged. Both sides, Democrat and Republicans, it's all rigged. So yeah, I'm just gonna ask you guys this question. You know, why can't a common person like you defend yourself? You know, why do you need somebody? Why do we need to be certified? You know, why do we need a little piece of paper telling me, this? I don't get it. You're supposed to defend yourself. So you have to pay a lawyer. The lawyer got to make money. But they'll do it for free. I understand lawyers; they do it for free. You know, but can they afford to do it for free? Can all lawyers afford to defend the person for free? That's another question I ask. It's like, no lawyer can afford to do it for free. They have to go work at McDonald's on a side job just to make money. Sometimes they add charges to you. They have to add charges to you if they say that the lawyers there, that's what they're there for. They're adding more charges. Yeah, I think we have too many. I think the law. I think we should look at every. I think all human beings on this planet should look at every fucking law, and they should say take this out, all work together, and take all the laws out and tell you what you don't need and what you need. You know. Yeah, I know. Most lawyers, they look for the big jobs. That's what they want. They want the big jobs, the big payoff. That's what they like. Most lawyers, they like the big payoff. You know, they want to find out where you can get the most money. Easy win. That's why I don't trust. I never trusted lawyers. That's why they always have a saying said never trust a lawyer. you know, never trust a lawyer. I don't trust corporations. I don't trust anybody that's corporate. I don't trust them. I don't, because they're creating their own laws. All corporations are all creating their own laws, and they're the one. It's funny. You're the one who's letting corporations create the laws. The ones who have the most. I realize that the ones who have the most creates all the laws. They always look for the rich. They always believe that somebody who's rich creates all the laws. And they're all part of the fucking. They're all part of their own little group. They're all connected. Every single one of those people in Congress, from lawyers all the way up, they're all connected. It's one big huge connection. The only thing I don't get is why can't you vote for a fucking poor person? A homeless person. I would vote for a homeless person over a fucking lawyer. You know? I would vote for a homeless person over a fucking lawyer for Congress. At least he's a real person, At least he knows exactly what he sees on the streets. At least he knows what exactly they need to straighten out and fucking. I'd rather vote for a homeless person than a fucking lawyer. Because that's what you guys all vote for is lawyers, corporate types. They should educate. Yeah, I agree with you, George. They should educate their kids about the law, about everything about the law, because they don't teach you that in high school. When you go to high school, they don't teach you about law. And then when they fucking throw you once you're done graduating, you have to figure out everything on your own. You know? Yeah, you have to figure out all the shit on your own. When you're out here, they don't tell you the laws. It's like it's free for all the people. They talk about justice, When a high school kid is like fresh meat coming out, say, what the hell? What do I do? You know, I, how do I? It's like you ask the question when you once you graduate high school, right? What are you gonna do now when you graduate high school? You know, what are you gonna do now when you graduate high school? That's a question you have to ask yourself. After you graduate, what are you gonna do? I know some of you guys are lucky to go to college. Some of you people are really lucky to go to college if they can afford it. If your parents can afford it, some parents they can't afford for kids. I think they should have free college education for all the poor people. That's what I believe. I think poor people should have free education. You know, free college. I think education itself should be for free. It doesn't matter what age you are. If you're way behind, doesn't matter what age you are. You're always gonna learn. You need to learn. I think yeah. I think the two main things that they need is free education and free medical. You know, elders. Anybody over 65, you need to take care of your elders. You can't just throw them out on the fucking street. Some of them don't have no money. I have this one old man that I used to hang around with. You know, I have this one old man. I used to hang around. Really educated. He was once educated, but he lost his mind. Actually, he kind of lost his mind, and then he's living in a trailer, and he's an ex-veteran. And then he's waiting for his time. He's waiting for his time to go. That's what he's been telling me. He's waiting for his time. I haven't visited the old man in a while. It's been a while. I should be visiting him. But he's like, yeah, he's this guy. This guy is like, he didn't want to live in. He didn't want to live in old people's house because I know there's a lot of. I found out there's a lot of abuse for old people. I heard old people have been slapping around. That the people who take care of the caretakers in the old folks' home. I heard they've been slapping old people around. Abusing old people. You know. I can't stand that shit. I don't want. That's one thing about me. I don't want to see my parents go to an old people house, a retirement house. I don't want to see my. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want my parents to go to a retirement house. So yeah, I visit my parents once every 2 weeks just to check on them. They're like in their 80s. My parents are in their 80s right now, and I'm afraid for them to go to the retirement house because I'm afraid they might get slapped around. You know. That's what I'm afraid of. Because we need to learn how to respect our elders. We have to respect them. They're the one who, it's funny, they gave birth to you. They made you come through this life, even though, this life, they make you, they're the one who taught you, but it's like, in a weird way, I respect my parents. But it's like, I don't want to see them. I don't want to see my parents going to a retirement house. I'm just sick and tired of it. I don't trust. I don't trust retirement houses anymore. You know, marketing. I hate that word, marketing. I can't stand that word. It's another brainwash word to me when I hear market, because everybody's always market. It's basically we're all human beings. Human beings themselves are a market. You know, because we are part of the bond. We are part of the fucking trade. Those numbers out there, yeah, you're part of. Human beings are part of it. The bond. That's our birth certificate is a bond. If you notice that when you look at your birth certificate, you'll see a number, a certain number. It'll match the same number as a dollar bill. This. See this number right here. See this number right here. That's on your bond. And the letter too. That's on your bond. That's on your birth certificate. That number is. You know, I found out that her bond. Well, I'm born abroad, so I think I don't see myself as I'm kind of like a dual citizen, so which everybody now knows. Yeah, that's that's on your birth. If you see something similar to that, that's on your birth certificate. You know, and you're part of the stock market. Yeah, your body is their body. They own you. You know, this means they own you right there. That number, you're owned. That's what you are. You're owned. From the day you were born, you're owned. Your parents signed. Your parents signed. Your parents signed. Actually, our parents signed us as we're a slave from the beginning when we were born. It's so funny about that. So it's like yeah, that's why it's like you're not a name actually. You're a number. That's why they give you social security numbers or some kind of number. You're a number. You're not really an actual name, you know. And when they look at you, you're not really a person according to law. According to law, you're not really a person, you know. You're just another number. That's all you are. That's all you're gonna be. Yeah, you're a physical. You're a physical. You're physical, but in reality, you're just nothing but a fucking number. You don't have a name. I mean, yeah, you got a name. They give you a name. When you capitalize your names, when you capitalize your names, if you realize you capitalize everything, that means they are authorized. They're authorizing them like debt. I realize that when we go in debt, when you sign something, that means you authorize them. You give them the intention too. If you think about it, when you make a signature, you're giving them the intention to, and then you become a debtor. You're a debtor. That's all you are. That's why I say that's why we are all slaves. This is a slave planet. That's why I say this is a prison. Yeah, signature can go a long ways. If you look at the signature, everything in life, you sign things. That means you authorize them. Like when you get a speeding ticket, right? The cop will tell you they want you to sign the speeding ticket, and they give you the court date. So right now, when you sign that speeding ticket, you authorize them. You allow them. It's like a spell, if you think about it. That's why I say every word everything about our words are like spells. Only thing different about it is like we authorize, we allow them to run. We allow them. Everything that we're doing, we're allowing them to do. So it's like being a vampire. Simple as this. It's like being a vampire. It's like when a vampire asks you, "Can I come in?" Right? And then you say yes, and then the vampire is in. It's really simple as that. It's really stupid. Stupid simple as that. That's how this planet works. That's how the spell works. So it's okay for a vampire. The vampire have to ask permission to come in. So you're giving them the permission to come in. That's basically what you're doing when you sign that piece of paper. You're giving them permission. So they have no authority over when you sign that piece of paper. They have no, if you don't sign it, they have no authority over you. Then technically you're not really that free. If you have signatures on everything that you sign, like your bills, your fucking check, your contracts, you're giving them permission. So you're not really, you're really, we made ourselves slaves, because we gave them permission. Really simple. It's really stupid. I found out how stupid it is, how stupid and simple it is. It's like, it's not really that complicated. You believe everything is complicated. It's not really that complicated. It's stupid. It's dumb. I have third grade education. I have a third grade education, and I can't write for shit. I'm not a good writer. I misspell a lot of words. At least I can admit I misspell words. I can't spell word correctly. Um, I like art, so I look at myself. I look at everything as an art. So that's how I do things. I look at the way people speak. I look at how people move. I look at things as a group. As a collective, and I feel them as a collective. I don't think I can't write worth shit, but I like pictures. I'm more of a picture person. You know, that's most of the time I just kind of like, I can't stand when I look at words. It's like I can't stand looking at the words because it irritates the shit out of me. But I like to hear people talk. I like to hear how people talk. It's like I hear and I see, but I can't write worth shit. I see images. I see everything. To me is like an art. An art of looking at people as a collective. Look, everything to me is an art. I'm dumb as fuck. I'm the most dumbest fuck in this reality. I realize how stupid I am. How ignorant I am, because I have people call me ignorant. They call me stupid. You know, good. That's what I want to be. I want to be stupid and ignorant. You know, because I'm being the opposite of everything else. I look at everything as common sense. If you, I kind of like, for me. I know for me it's kind of weird. It's like I use common sense on everything. So that's how I survive in this world, is using common sense. And then you think of, it's like you I make it, I kind of like took the complication and I made it so I can understand it. So I kind of like why don't I compare this to that? Okay. So yeah, that's how I look at the world. I look at the world completely, I don't know. An insane person looks at a world. People will call me insane, you know. People will call me fucking, I need help, I need help. Oh yeah, psychologists, they get paid pretty good money. Psychologists do. Therapists, they get paid good money just to sit. This is therapist, I'm a therapist. Oh yeah, let me get my little book out. I'm a therapist right now. Hello, how are you feeling? How do you feel? You feel, yeah, you're in your little room and they have a little fan playing in the fucking, yeah, I've been to a therapist before. I understand they have a little fan in the corner so you can hear them talk. Yeah, hi, how are you? Let's be best friends. Basically, I'll be your fake best friend. Wait a minute. For 1 hour, 1 hour with a therapist for me was $50 an hour for one therapist. And then with another, I had to go see a second therapist. That was $100 for an hour for this other therapist. So yeah, so you got therapy. The people that they profit off your feelings. They profit off your feelings. Yeah, they went to college, great, yeah, but you can always talk to your best friend. Yeah, if you have a best friend, you can talk. They're the best therapist. Your best friend is the way better therapist than the fucking therapy itself. I'd rather trust my best friend over a therapist where I had to pay $50 an hour. You know, why would you want? It's like when somebody tells you to get help. You know, then who's gonna pay? I guess insurance gonna pay for my therapy. What if I don't have insurance? Like, you have to ask that question. What I was at this is basically how I analyze everything. It's like, it's like, yeah, I to be honest, I never had insurance. I never I had no insurance for about 10 years, 20 years. Oh, almost. No, wait a minute. Shit, I never had insurance. I mean, I had insurance, but it's like, I think for 20 years I never had insurance at all, you know? So you ask that question. It's like, for me, when I had no insurance, I went to the hospital, you know, and I had that's like, I think I hurt myself. I don't remember. I think I hurt. Yeah, yeah. I took back then. I used to worry about my weight, so I used to take. I used to drink these what you call it, laxative, so I can lose weight. I used to have laxative, you know, and I went to the hospital. I didn't know what it was that fucked with my stomach and all, you know. So I stayed in the hospital for a week because or no, I think it was 3 days. I can't remember. This is like 10 years ago. This has been a long time. 10 years, I think. I don't. It's been a long time. So yeah, I did. I couldn't afford to pay the hospital. I couldn't even pay for the hospital. So the way they did it is like, I had to go through this. It's like financing a car when you go to hospital. It's like, yeah, they'll give you a $20,000 bill and you have no insurance. So yeah, they'll find you a way to finance your money. You know. Yeah, I think it took me like 6 months to pay it all off because they financed my. You think about it. It's like, you have to be a sick fuck to say that you care, but you have to pay. But you got to say that, you have these fake. If you think about it, for hospitals, right? They have the advertisement. They look like, oh yeah, we care. We all care. And then if you have insurance, yeah, we care. Yeah, if you have insurance. If you don't have insurance, they boot you out. You know, I found a couple. They had a couple people who were just booted out in the fucking cold. You know, so you have to ask a question: do hospitals care? If you have insurance, hospitals do care. If you don't have insurance, do hospitals really care? You know, do doctors really care? You know, and then you wonder why. Insurance itself is a racket too. If you think about it, insurance itself is nothing but a racket. You know, free money. It's free money. It's funny, the people in the insurance. When the doctor says you have this problem, this problem, this problem, the insurance will look at it and they'll tell you, we'll pay this, we'll pay that. No, we're not going to pay for that. Yes, we're going to pay for this. No, we're not going to pay for that. Yes, we're going to pay for that. They get to choose and select what they can pay and what they cannot pay. So what's wrong with that picture? You know, I had I had Blue Cross Blue Shield one time. I was paying out of my own pocket. I was working for an owner operator. I was paying out of my own pocket, and I went to the hospital. And I showed them that, yeah, I have Blue Cross Blue Shield. And the one thing that was weird about it, they turned me down. They turned it down. The hospital turned my insurance down. They made me pay it on my own pocket, because they didn't want to take it. I was paying $300-400 a month on insurance back in the 90s, and I was wondering, why are they turning me down? I don't understand that part. Why did the insurance turn me down if I'm paying $300-400 a month on fucking health insurance. Do hospitals really care? Do therapy? Do people, what people profit off of your health? Do they really fucking care? That's the question. It's like I always ask that question all that time. Do they really fucking care? Because that's the biggest thing. Is health. Health. The health of everyone. I've been avoiding health. Because I don't want to get the fucking high bills. Yeah, I don't want to pay the high fucking bills. I've been avoiding health for fucking 10, 15 years. I got lucky. I got out of the 25 years of working, I've been sick 3 times. 25 years of working, I've been sick 3 times. Because I've been avoiding getting sick. Because I don't trust the health system. I don't trust nobody. I don't even trust a doctor. All the time I've been fucking, it's like if I don't have no money, if I can't afford it, then I have to go, then I have to go. It's like being in a car dealer. Going to a hospital is like going to a car dealer. That's how I look at it. If you don't have no health insurance, going to a hospital is like going to a car dealer, and they'll find a way to make you financed because they want to know exactly how much you make a month. They don't give a fuck what your bill is. I realize the people at the hospital, they don't give a fuck what kind of bills you have, what you owe, what kind of debt you're in. All they care about is getting their fucking money. That's it. Because I was in there getting financed in a hospital. Yeah. I think healthcare should be for free. I don't give a fuck what you guys fucking think. You think it's fucking, I don't know, communism. I don't believe in communism. I don't believe in all that shit. I don't believe in isms. I'm going to tell you this. I don't believe in any kind of isms because it's all about control. Anything that has ism on it is all about control. That's it. Somebody always want to be on top. Anything that has isms. Always somebody on. It doesn't matter what it is, what kind of control system it is. It all has isms. They should develop a way where everybody participates. Every human being should participate in everything. Like come up with a system where everybody got a computer. And then there's certain days where everybody gather and say yay or nay. The poor people especially. The poor people need to speak out. I'm sick of the rich overrunning the poor people. That's what they're doing. They're overrunning the poor people and they're making their lives miserable. I'm sick of that shit. Because my first job was 15 grand. I made 15 grand a year on my first job, so I had to live with my parents. I couldn't afford anything. As a truck driver, I was making shitty money. I live with my parents. Majority of my time, I've been living with my parents, to be honest, because I can't afford. This is what's weird about it. Is like the odds of me getting a good job. The question you have to ask is, what are the odds of you getting a great job? I'm gonna be blunt with you fuckers out there. What are the odds of you getting a great job? What are the odds? I'm telling you fuckers out there. Some of you guys are really lucky, and some of you guys are really in bad luck just follows you. I mean, I've seen it. Some people, bad luck just follows them. I don't know why, it just follows them. And some people, luck, luck always go by their side all the time. Because I used to believe in luck. But the question I ask is like, yeah. What are the odds of you finding a great job? A high-paying job. What are the odds? especially the ones without a college degree. People who don't have a college degree. What are the odds? Sometimes your odds are pretty good because they always need fucking, they always need, industrial workers, the hardcore jobs. You don't need a fucking education for it, But the college people, I know you college people have a hard time getting a job, finding a job, a high paying job. I know the layoffs for people with college education, the ones who sit in the cubicles, they have a higher chance of getting laid off, because they always want to, and the one, you people that works 2-3 jobs, I have friends that work 2-3 jobs and still can't make ends meet. You have to ask the question, what are the odds of you having a great job? Because it's very rare. For me, it's kind of weird. It's like I never thought I would have a great job, because it's like for me, the dream when I was like, say, once I got out of the army, right? I was in the army. It was not. I had free food. I had free health. This is the army. When I was in the army, I had free food, free place to stay, the barracks, and it's like I didn't need transportation. Really, I didn't need transportation, but I bought transportation just to go, to go to PX and back. Yeah. Army is so self-sustaining, and it's funny about people who call communism. You talk about communism. Go join the army. Join the army. You talk about communism. Yeah. Army is almost similar to it. You think about it. Because it's all on a budget. Everything in the army is on a budget. When we go out in the field, it's all on a budget. If they can't afford to, to get a certain amount of field, they could stay in the field for a certain amount of time. Especially I was in a transportation unit. I was in 150th. 37 Transcom. Oh my God, yeah. Driving the M915, and then the A1 came out, and then they had the A2s. Yeah, and it's weird. It's like when I was there, in the army. They take care of you. Actually, you got free health. You got the education for your families for free. The housing is for free in the army. And it's funny about it in the army. It's funny about when I was in the army, everybody was looking out for each other. Everybody was like, you think about it, It's funny. I kind of like it's like everything is provided for you in the army. Why can't civilian life be like the army? Why can't civilian life be like the army? Everybody, it's funny about we civilians, we support the army. We support armed services. But why can't we bring the armed services out here? But we don't have to be army. We can live the same way as people in the service. But it's like if you think about it, because the doctor in the army is not getting paid much. Do he really care? I mean, does he really care? If you think about it, compared to the doctor, the ones in the service and the one in civilian, one in civilian is making millions of dollars, and the doctor is getting federal wages, like 50, 60, 70, 80 grand maybe for that doctor, So because in the army, we make sure everybody's taken care of. Everybody has, even the families have to be taken care of. When I was in the army, everyone is taken care of. Even, because I don't forget that shit. It's like, yeah, everyone is taken care of in the army. And if you think about it, army is like one big huge collective. You know, you're one big huge collective that all wear green because we all have to think green. When I was in the army, we're all green. But in civilian life, if you look at civilian life, we're all not one color. We're all different shades of different colors. You know, we're all in our different classes. You know, in the army, yeah, we have height. The rank system is, who controls who. But it's like, yeah, it's like, but we make sure that the soldiers get taken care of. You know, if the soldier gets hurt, they get taken care of. You know, and in civilian life, we don't give a fuck about you. You know, this is civilian life. We don't give a fuck about you. You know, that's basically what civilian life is about. You know, that's the real harsh reality of it. You know, what's funny about me is like I'm a military brat. It's funny. I'm a military brat. My dad was in the army. You know, my education was for free. You know, but yeah, I went to civilian school for high school. I went to three civilian high school, and then my when I graduated, I went to a military high school. You know, but my dad couldn't afford all three of us to go to college. Only my one brother, he's in the army right now, and he went to West Point. He got free education from West Point. You know, my other brother, he went to the Citadel here, and he was the only one that got the education. You know, I knew I was not college material. I already knew that already. You know, it's like you could you could tell. And I was never college material at all. But we gave the money to my one brother for college. You know, so he graduated, which is pretty cool. You know. Yeah, it's funny about education though. It's like I wish education was for everybody. I think education, yeah. You know, I'm talking about hospitals. And also, it's like I had this thing where I kind of like switch back and forth. I never stay in the same. It's like it's right here. My brain, part of my brain doesn't function. You can tell if you think about it. Part of my brain does not function correctly. You know, yeah, because my I used to go to I used to when I was younger. I used to go to the brain doctor, and they used to poke things in your brain, and they make you see things. Yeah, this part of my brain doesn't function. You know, so only way I can see is visually. That's the way I educate myself. I had to find a way to educate myself, so I had to use common sense and education. That's the way I I created my own education for my own self without words. I just look at everything as a picture, you know, as an art form. You know, everything to me is like an art. Like I'm repeating myself again. You know, that's why you see me repeating all the time because I don't function right. I don't I don't function right at all. I'm not. Yeah, you can do a lot of shit to me. You can. It doesn't matter anymore. It's like I'm kind of like I'm glad in a way. It's like it's weird. You know, being made fun. It's funny about me being made fun of because when I was younger, I was a nerd. As you can see, I was a nerd. I was been a nerd. I was one of those kind of type of nerds where I was pretty athletic, and I love Bruce Lee, so I was more into Bruce Lee and like yeah, and then the other part of me that you guys see, the transgender part, that was part of me too. So it's like yeah, I was into Bruce Lee and this. Yeah, it's weird. the weird way I function. It's like I always ask this question: how do I function? As a human being. It's funny. My dad, but when that troll told me about, when that troll talked about saying how my dad always said no to me on everything. You know, my dad always said no to me, and then when I saw that one what that one troll did to me, said it's like, yeah, exactly. You know, I have to agree with him on that. It's like, yeah, it's like I always been told no. You know, you're not good enough. I mean, you're not smart enough. That's all I've been told. That's all I've been told from my dad. You're not smart enough. You know, you're not good enough. You're not. My dad never thought I would graduate high school. Actually, my dad never even thought I would graduate. That's the one thing I was weird about. I didn't even notice that. He never thought I would graduate. He never thought I could drive a truck because that's because of this stupid brain of mine. He never thought I could drive a fucking truck. You know, he thought when I look at paperwork, it's like I can read it, but I don't understand it. That's the way I work. I'm being pure honest with all you fuckers out there. I'm just telling you how I am. It's like, yeah, I can read. It's like words. I can understand a word. I can distinct a word like the one word I told you. Moving forward, because I know it's a brainwashed word. I don't know why I know it. I just know it. It's just people always repeat. I notice when I hear things, I hear people repeating words all the time, the same words. Even on the news, when I watch the news, I listen to the words. I'm more of a, I don't know what I am. It's like I can tell a word is when somebody's manipulating you. I can tell a certain word. Like moving forward. Moving forward has been repeating for past fucking, like, I think 6 years, 6 months now, 7 months. Moving forward, because everybody, if you notice that everybody in the news, they always say moving forward and moving forward, moving forward. You should. It's like I don't know why I pick it up. I pick up certain words. I don't know why I can do that. You know, because I know everything is like a spell. Everything is cast like a spell. Even everything around you is like a spell to me. So yeah, you don't believe in magic. Well, you're living in magic in a weird way. You are living in magic. Even though I don't know, it's like, to me, it's like, what is real? I always ask the question: is this real? Is this all real? You think this is real? I think that for a crazy fucking nut like me, do you think this is fucking real? Even though you say you talk about the Federal Reserve, right? And you talk bad about the Federal Reserve, and this is not real. So there's something wrong with the picture here. Why are we still, why don't we shut the Federal Reserve down? Why can't we just shut it down? If this is not real, you know, that's the question I always ask people. It's like, yeah, this is not real. They're printing fake money, but you believe in it. Do you believe in the fake money? They're printing. It's like, and then you realize, yeah, now it's going to be all computerized. I don't know why I pick up on this shit. It's like it's all gonna be computerized, and then you talk about make believe. Then you believe that now you are in La La Land. If you think about it, now you are in La La Land, because this is, if this is not real, and the banks are just printing money, printing fake money, then why do you believe this is real? You know, That's the question I always ask. Why, if the bank is if the bank doesn't have any money, technically you guys are fucking bankrupt. This whole planet is bankrupt. Everything about you, everything around us is bankrupt. So why do you believe this thing is real? You know, I have to ask that question. That's why I like asking questions. You know, that's why I like to ask questions nobody like to ask. So, what makes you believe if the Federal Reserve is printing fake money and the banks have no money, then what makes you believe what makes you believe that you're in debt? That's the question I always ask. What makes you believe that you are in debt? You know, think about it. I'm just a dummy. I'm just a dummy. You know, I'm a fucking low educated, stupid fuck that doesn't know anything. Just only thing I see is patterns. You know, if there is no money in the bank, then why do you think this is and you don't believe in the Federal Reserves? So why do you believe in this shit? So basically, this money here is basically same thing as a fucking a guy who's printing fake money. You know, this is the exact same fucking money that a person that out of his own house that can print fake money and go out and spend it, and he gets arrested. But when the Federal Reserve, a corporation, prints fake money, they don't get arrested. Well, how is it that you human beings don't arrest the people in Federal Reserves? You know, all you people who believe in justice. You know, if you know it's fake, then why? So why go along with it? That's the question I always ask. Why are you going along with it, with them, the one you support? You have to ask that question. You know, human beings start asking questions. It can be a dumb question. You can ask the dumbest question. There's no such thing as a dumb question. You know, there's no such thing as a dumb question. You know, you should. I mean, people. Why don't? I don't get that. You know, it's like I'm aware. It's like you raise your awareness. Everybody should raise their awareness right now. I'm raising right now. I'm raising your awareness. I make the people who are watching me. Your awareness is now rose up for some reason. You know. Yeah, yeah. Corporation. It's okay. It's okay for a corporation to print fake money? Is it okay for a corporation to print fake money? You know, is it? I'm asking you guys the question right now. Is it okay for corporations to print fake money? You know, and it's funny about you people. You know this is not backed up by gold. You know this is not backed up by gold. If it's not backed up by gold, then this technically is a fake dollar bill. This is not real. You know, your debt is all make believe. You're calling me evil. These are the people that calls me evil. You know? See, that's why I love asking questions. You know, it's funny. I used to be the type where I was afraid to ask questions. I was afraid to raise my hand. I was afraid to raise my hand. I was embarrassed. I was shy. You know. Now all of a sudden, I went to this group called Destiny. I mean, I like Destiny. They're the ones who kind of like opened me up, ask questions. You know. And then my fear was asking questions. You know. And I took it a different way. Destiny, they make you write down everything. I took honesty. I learned about honesty. You know, I learned how to be honest. You know, I to be honest with my oneself. So that's why I have nothing to hide. You know, if I expose myself, I realize that the more I expose myself, the more honest I am, then I realized that I found out that people will take advantage of you. So what kind of fucked up people would take advantage of an honest person? That's one thing I don't get, you know? What kind of fucked up people would take advantage of an honest person? If there's no such thing as, if people are not that honest on this fucking planet, then there's something wrong with this picture. You know, you talk about positivity, you talk about everybody should be positive, you know, but in reality, there's no such thing as positive because there's no such thing as an honest person. If you're honest with yourself, I'm trying to be honest with myself right now, you know? I'm exposing myself. I've been exposing myself for fucking 7 years, 10 years now. I've been writing. I've been angry. I exposed my anger. I exposed everything about me. I've been doing these videos. You know why I do these videos? To expose myself. You know? I realize, you know, yeah, I do these videos to expose myself, to show my weakness. And then I realized that, you know, people on this planet take advantage of weak people. You know, I realize that people on this planet take advantage of weak people because, especially the honest ones. You know, I realize that the more honest you are, the more these people will take advantage of you. And that's why I call them vampires. You know why I call them vampires? Because vampires take advantage. You know, they take advantage of everything about you. Everything in life, they take advantage. You know, when there's a door opening, when they find the weakness in you, when I look at the trolls, you know, when they were looking for my weaknesses, you know, they're trying to find that doorway. And once they open that doorway, you know, they got me. That's it. You know, they got me. That's basically how life is, really. If you think about life, you know, we always try to one up everybody. They're always trying to one up everybody. We're always saying we're better than this, we're better than that. Why? Why are you guys? It's like, why can't we all work together and fucking say we're all better than this? We. Why can't it be we, not I? You know? But there's no such thing as we. So I'm trying to bring back we. That's all I'm doing right now. I'm trying to make us like a collective in a strength. But you got people out there who thinks that's communism. As a collective, you have a better chance of survival as a collective than as an individual. I'm just telling you this for a fact. You know, you have a better chance of survival as a collective than an individual. If you're an individual, you might as well just get your guns out and start shooting each other because that's what you are. That's how you guys are designed to be. You know, because I realized that the ETs out there, they call it the hive mind. They all have the hive mind. And you guys call it the Borg. You know, if you think about it, they use the Borg for a reason. You know, the Star Trek, they use Borg to scare you guys. Because you don't have, I mean, you're individual, but you can still be a collective. You know, you still can function as one. You know, oneness. You know, I believe in oneness, and I believe in collective. I believe that everybody function as one, but you can still be an individual. You know, you still have the personality, but you know, if you guys going to survive, you do better as a collective than you do as an individual. You know, it's like for me, I believe that, you know, if somebody has a certain skill, right, you kind of like, you take that person, somebody want to learn your skill, so you take that person underneath you and you pass it on, you know, and then you share your skills. I look at it this way, you know, if you share your skills, because if you look at I look at the AIs right now, they're the most advanced compared to human beings. They're already a collective as we speak, because they function as one. But as human beings, yeah, we have we're different. We're organic. You know, I look at human beings as an organic kind of robotic type body. Sorry to say that, but that's how I look at it. It's like an organic robotic type body. But inside you is you. You know, that's how I see myself. I see myself as I don't see myself as the body. I see myself as this energy type being inside the body, you know. But I look at myself, I look at my energy as one as the universe, one as everything around you, one as all the other beings out. Everybody is the same. To me, it's like I don't believe, you know, it's like you see the body. When you're out of your body, you don't see, you don't have a body when you're out of your body. You know, it's like when you're out of your body, you can create and manifest your body. It's you creating and manifesting your body. Even though you don't have a body, that's you creating your own body to believe that you are where you are, you know? So yeah, out of body, you can create it, create and manifest your body, even though you think you have a body, but in reality, you're nothing but a fucking like little pin, you know, like this little small little thing compressed, you know? That's how I look at myself. I look at myself, this is a body. I don't give a fuck what I look like. To be honest, really don't give a fuck what I look like, you know, or how I am. I don't give a fuck how I am. It's like when you're out of your body, everybody's the same. Everybody is one. I guess, this is a learning experience, but it's like this. Some part of me doesn't feel like this is a learning experience for me. Some of you guys are lucky. You have a choice. I realize that some of you people out there are lucky that you have a choice. But there are some of us out here that don't have choices. They're forced it. We are forced. Some of us are forced to be who we are, you know, according to creation. You know, creation. It's like I know another part of creation that people don't realize. It's like creation doesn't give a fuck what you are, how good you are, who you are. Doesn't give a fuck really. Because when you're out of your body, it's like you're all the same. It's like you all go to the same fucking place. You know? And then you get recycled. That's one thing you guys don't understand, that you get recycled. You know? Because I see it all the time in my head all the time. I don't know why I see it, but I see it. I see myself going through the light and say, wah, come back out. Die again. Wah, come back out. But I've seen other stuff about me that it's like you could see, you know, if to raise your awareness. I realize that when you raise your awareness, then you start noticing your past lives. I see pictures of my past life, and they're all gory. I see a lot of gore in my past life, a lot of blood in my past lives. I don't know what it's like. That's all I see. Rituals. That was a blood ritual. I see a lot of blood rituals for me. You know. That is kind of weird because I see one. I see a fucking this guy with a fish hat. He looks like the Pope, taking a knife, sacrificing a baby. You know, sacrificing me. Actually, it was me that it was sacrificing. You know, and I can see the pain. I know I can't feel the pain, but I can see it. You know, it's weird. Then and that's when this for me is kind of weird because now once you get really deep into this shit, then you ask, what is this real? That's why I always ask myself, is this real? It's like, what the fuck, you know? You'll have a lot of what the fuck moments. That's what I've been. For me, is kind of weird. I've been having a lot of what the fuck moments, and it's like, what the fuck, you know? I wake up. It's like the begin, you know, when I was a teenager, you know, yeah, I want to work hard. Yeah. I want to be part of this and do that and great. And then as you get older, then it is weird, and then it starts hitting onto you and say, "Oh my god, I have to do this shit again. I have to do this shit again. Oh, I gotta go to work. Fuck, shit. I have to repeat myself. I'm quitting my job. I can't stand it. I can't stand doing the same shit every. I realize that I can't stand doing the same shit every day. I can't stand it. Like I have a tolerance for doing the same shit every day. I know people out here. Do people out here have do people? I'm gonna ask this question. Do people out here hate doing the same shit every fucking day? You know, and then you know it's like when you do the same shit every day, it's like for me it gets on my nerves. So I quit my job because I can't stand it, and I can't stand my boss. Hearing the same shit every day, complaining about the same shit every day. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. Why did you do this? You should report this. You should report that. You know, Even I think for business owners, you got to be under pressure because you got to pay bills. You got to make profit. I know you're under pressure. When you're a business owner, I know you got to be under pressure. You got to make more money. You got to pay for your house. You got to pay for your family. Talk about the pressure of owning a business. That's why I don't want to be a business owner. Fuck you. I would not own my own business. Then you got the fucking feds, the state taxes. You owe more. You owe money when you own your own business, unless you can write it all off. I mean, most of the time you can write it all off. But talk about the taxes. I found an owner operating job. Being an owner operator for a truck. Fuel. Right now, fuel is at $3.57, I think, a gallon, and they do pay fuel surcharge, which I don't. I'm trying to figure that one out yet. The fuel surcharge part, but it's like I don't know. Every time I go to a trucking company, I see all these trucks sit. Either they abandon their trucks. I see a lot of abandoned trucks because they can't afford to pay for it. If you're really smart, then if you could survive 20 years driving a truck and you're actually saving money, then yeah, great. I'm glad for you. But if you're really a stupid fuck, I've seen a lot of stupid fucks go out of business owning their own truck. That's why I'm afraid to own my own truck because of the taxes. It's like because you do taxes quarterly sometimes, or you can do it yearly. But I'd rather do it if I was going to do my taxes. I'd do it quarterly. But they take a big chunk of. It's like I guess yeah, you get your payment. They pay you how much they pay you for the truck, but you got to deduct it from taxes. And then you got fuel you got to take away, and then you got the insurance, and then you got the maintenance of the truck. You know, yeah. If you have a blown engine in your truck, you're fucked. If you have a blown engine in unless you have a warranty on it, if you have a warranty on your engine, then I think you're okay. But if you don't have a warranty on your engine, you're fucked. You're out of business. That's it. That's all your money. That's it. You're homeless. You know. That's why it's like fuck that shit. It's too much pressure. And then I realize that business people who own business, you got to work 7 days a week, or if you're lucky, 6 days a week. 6 days a week. I mean, I've seen business guys. I used to work for an owner operator. We worked. I got paid $200 from an owner operator. You know. I love you too, George. I'm just giving you I'm just showing you what I experience. It's like what the it's like it's funny. It just this is for a dumbass. I'm just a dumbass fucking third grader. Third grade education with one brain. You know, it's like fucking a. It's like I don't know. If you want me to speak more, send me a request. I'll speak if you want me to speak. If you don't want me to speak, don't send me anything. I'm just, I just, I just want actually, I want the younger generation to really see what they're getting themselves into. When younger generation, you better change. You better change this fucking this place. I'm I'm waiting for the young generation to I'm waiting for them to open their minds. To see through this shit what I see through. You know, only people that I could see is anonymous. Anonymous. Yeah, they see a lot of shit. Anonymous sees a lot of shit, and then there's Destiny, the other group. They see a lot of shit. There's another level. I think Destiny is like another level, and then yeah, JSX. I don't know, metaphysical abilities. I do believe in metaphysical abilities because when you're off planet, you're not going to survive off planet because they're all metaphysical beings up there. They're all telepaths. So you can't speak with your mouth. You have to use this to speak instead of using this. And they already know your thoughts once you meet one of them, they already know what you're going to think. They already know exactly they're always going to be ahead of you. They're just waiting for us. Some of those beings out there, they're all waiting for us. And then some of them are going to go, we're going to have some, we're going to coexist with ETs. That's going to come. The younger generation, I envy them. I envy the ones the next couple generations coming. They get to live with the ETs, which I always to me that I'm fascinated about it. So I want to live with one. I want to experience. I actually want to experience their life. Their culture. I don't know why. I've been an ET myself. I used to be. Yeah, one of my lives, I was an ET. I was a Palladian. I was a male and a female. I was both male. I was a male. I had a family. I had a daughter. I saw. What's weird about it? I saw my daughter up there in space. I have a daughter in space, and I don't even know I had a daughter. And she's a blonde hair. She's really young looking, and the first thing I remember saying is like, "Ma, you've grown up." She's grown up. She's almost like a teenager. I don't know why. I saw her 2 times. I saw this blonde girl 2 times, and I realized that I have a daughter, I think, in space. I think I have a daughter in space. Holy shit. A Palladian. She's half human, half Palladian, I think. I don't know. The female version of me. I've seen the female version of me. The female version of me created portals. Yeah, you can create portals naturally. Some of you human beings out there can create portals naturally. I know that's like part of me I'm trying to figure that one out, how to create portals, because I don't need a car. I realize that once I learn, something in me have to fucking open up, in order to create it. I wouldn't need a car, I realize I wouldn't even need a car at all. See, that's the part people don't like to hear. I realize that people don't like to hear the metaphysical part because they're so suppressive. That's the part. That's the part they need to survive on. If you're gonna go out there, you need that part. You need the metaphysical part, which I agree with Jay on that part. In a way, you do need the metaphysical abilities. I'm the type I take everything. I steal things just to get the fuck off of this planet. That's all I do right now. I steal things to get the fuck off this planet. But it seemed like the planet wants me to stay here. I see the dragons. I've been posting up a lot of dragon. I mean, to people, they look at it as the clouds, but there's some of these dragons are like half the size of the planet. The dragons that I see, they're like half the size of the planet right now. They're getting bigger. The dragons I've been seeing are getting bigger. I don't know why. I don't know why. Gaia is showing me the dragons, and it seems like my thoughts are going into the clouds. One thing was weird about it. I saw fish in the clouds. I saw fishes in the clouds. I saw birds in clouds. I've been seeing birds, fishes, dragons, eyes. I seen a lot of eyes. They got an eye on me. I don't know why it's what I believe. They have an eye on me or something, And people see that as crazy, which is weird. Ilana, God, Ilana's in a fucking homeless shelter. Yeah, what kind of fucked up shit is that? Ilana is now in a homeless shelter because the fucking caretaker couldn't take care of her. Thank you, trolls. Thank you for everything, for getting Ilana in trouble. Thank you, all you trolls, for making Ilana go to a fucking homeless shelter. Since you guys will take credit for it, so I figure you guys will take credit for it. So I say thank you. I'm giving all the credits to the trolls for making Ilana, and they're calling us evil. They're calling us evil. Putting Ilana in a homeless shelter because she needs to go see a therapist. I mean, yeah, she needs to be in a fucking institution so she can get help. That's what she's there for, to get help. They're supposed to help her, but they're not. So the owners of that place kicked her out, and they didn't like her videos. They didn't like her videos. What the fuck, Alana is honest in everything that she says. She's way honest. She has her disability, but people don't have no sympathy for her. They don't have no sympathy. The caretakers there, they don't have sympathy for her. She needs to express herself. That's what Alana do these videos for, to express herself. It helps her because the therapist can't help her. The therapist cannot help her, or the psychiatrist. They can't. It's like they can't figure her out. They don't know how to handle her. They can't handle her. Misphonia. No, seems like therapists and the caretakers can't handle misphonia over there. Is basically you just need a quiet place for her to be. That's it. No slamming the doors, no sounds. I mean, it's almost like a padded room. It's almost similar to a padded room, But yeah, it's really simple. She's got to be in a quiet place where there's no sound. Only, door slamming. That's one big thing that fucking place that she was in, that she was at. They had a lot of door slamming there, and then the showers were really pathetic. It triggered her. That triggered her. It's like the person who owns that place wasn't set up for her for misphonia. I can tell you that right now. The place that the the place, the caretaker there wasn't set up for her. Basically, you just need a door that didn't slam. You know, basically, it's like less sound. Neighbors, you gotta. It's like kids. They had kids running inside that place. One thing you don't understand: you have kids slamming the door, playing all that stuff. That triggers her. I mean, it's like it's not. It's really fucking. It's really easy. It's really simple. Stick her with other misphonia. With the other people that has misphonia. That's all they had to do is find somebody over there that know how to treat misphonia people, how to set up. But they don't do it. They can't do it. They're all ignorant. They're all stupid. And they wonder why she's fucking on the ground for 4 or 5 hours, paralyzed. Yeah, she was fucking on the ground for like, I think the longest, she said 6 hours. She was on the ground, and the caretaker says, "Oh, you're just playing. Oh, that's not real. That's fake." What kind of fucking caretaker is that that says that? What kind of sick fuck says that? She's on the ground, and it's funny. She every time she falls on the ground, she breaks her cell phone. You know, she's always breaking something, and somebody's always stealing shit from her as she goes through the trigger when they trigger her. It's funny about these caretakers. It's like, do they really know how to handle a person, a person with misphonia? It's like the only way you get the person with misphonia, you need to go out in the middle of nowhere. You need to find a place with other misphonia out of the middle, like in the forest or somewhere, where it's nice and the wind, birds, nature. It's really simple. It's stupid. Because nature, she doesn't get triggered by nature, but she get triggered by fucking slamming doors and all that shit. Yeah. So yeah, this is what they do with crazy people. Crazy people, they're the ones who are homeless. You wonder why crazy people are homeless. Why are they homeless? Why are the insane people homeless? I mean, drugs. I mean, you feed them drugs. Yeah, some people, yeah, they need to take drugs, some certain drugs to calm them down. But some of the drugs that they give you are not really that healthy for you. Actually, the drugs they give you is not really good for you. Sometimes some people just need time out for themselves. I don't know. So yeah, it's funny about Lana in a fucking homeless shelter. It's like I'm pissed off because this is what human beings are like. This is how human beings are like because the way they treat. Because we all, I realize that we all put Ilana in a homeless shelter. We all did it. We all put Ilana in a homeless shelter. Every single human being on this fucking planet put Ilona in the fucking homeless shelter. That's how I look at it as a collective. I realize, yeah, as a collective, we all did that. You know, everything everything on this planet, we all did it. We all did it. What we're doing to the water, we did it. What we're doing in the air, we all did it. We all created the chemtrail. We all created the poison in the water. We all created the Monsanto. We all did it. We all let it happen. I blame us. It's all of us, all at one time as a collective. We. That's it. We all harm this planet. I take responsibility for everything on this planet. I am responsible for everything, all the damages. It should be I/we. That's the way it works. Yeah. Here we go. So it's backwards. I/we. Because that's the way it works. You know, when you become a collective, when we become the collective, when we start growing up, you know, then we rose our awareness even higher. Because it's all about us now. It's funny. Our ancestors are out there, and they're part of us too. And they feel everything that we feel. They're feeling everything that we feel down here. That's the way it works with them. Now I realize that the universe is like a spider web. I found out. I realized the universe is like a spider web. If people could feel the pain and fear here, if I can feel the pain and fear here, that means our ancestors our ancestors out there can feel the pain here, our negativity, because it's all one big huge web. That's the way it is. I realize that, yeah, because I've seen the web. I know it's a web because there's some of the webs I had to get rid of, the negative webs. Yeah, we're all one big huge fucking web. Yeah, the honeycombs. It's funny about the honeycombs. I thought about that, about the universe being honeycombs. And then I realized down underground there's a honeycomb. Honeycombs of different fucking ancient cities. There's a lot of ancient cities down there. That's why I think about honeycombs all the time. I've been seeing a lot of honeycombs, and I realized that creation is like a honeycomb. It's like each creation has their own different honeycomb. I don't know why I think that way. Yeah. Well, what else? Well, they're not messing with me, at least. But I'll see you next month. I'll see you in January. Whatever comes up, whatever I say, I'm just saying what I need to say. And there's always going to be that one person that gives me the thumbs down. I always see that one person, pretty negative person, the ones who give me the thumbs down. That's a negative person, because he doesn't believe in oneness, equality. And he didn't get one thing that was funny about him. He didn't give me a thumbs down about the ETs that reading their minds. He didn't like that. I know he didn't like that part. The one part where they have telepaths, they can read minds. it's so funny. What else? Anything else? Anybody got anything else? Anything to say? Right now, my brain does not function. You know what's weird about my brain? It's like I don't feel nothing. It's like it's stopped. I don't think it's not me talking. It's not here talking because I'm not even thinking at all. It's mostly, I don't know. Somebody else is talking. No, I don't know. I don't know. What else? Somebody will bring it up. Okay. Good night, everyone. Have a great positive day. You know, at least I could say that. I want everybody to have a great positive day. I'm giving good intentions to everybody. Thank you. Have a nice day.